Hey guys, my name is Johan Valcarcel. I'm going to talk to you about our final project for Mech 1321 Statics with Dr. Stewart. So the last project was based on the Marslander. Our group name was Neo Eggstrong. We decided to go with an astronaut everybody knows since it is based on the Marslander. So the objective for this was to design and construct a Marshlander or Egglander, where our extranet, which will be secure within the frame, could possibly go from a 1 meter height to the ground safely without cracking. Other than the objective that was set by the class, by Dr. Stewart, we decided that we wanted to add a couple extra objectives for the group. One of them was being that it exceeded the 1 meter requirement. The second one was to make sure that we land the lander without breaking the internal support. It took a little bit of work, but it's doable. And the most important one out of all of them was to make sure that Neil Eggstrong survives the fall. A couple of the design requirements that we had imposed by Dr. Stewart was to have minimum 1 meter height. We was just on our previous, we wanted to make it to at least 2 meters. It cannot weigh more than 450 grams. The pad may not be longer or bigger than 300 millimeters by 300 millimeters. No members, no glue can be applied along the members. We were not able to paint the lander itself, although a lot of us did paint the egg and give it some face and eyes and kind of make it look a little bit better. And another requirement that we could use was to use CO2 canisters. Although we didn't use them, it is a possibility that can be used. Alright, so we first started by brainstorming. We did a couple designs, a couple things. Our first idea was to just make a square base. Um, if you see here, triangles are the strongest shape, so we decided to go with a couple triangles within the shape. And we decided, you know what, that's going to be the strongest structure. After talking about it within each other, we also noticed that it was probably not the smartest idea. So we went with the second idea. The second idea was to encase the egg in a triangular prism. We decided that was a great idea. Just once again, triangles very strange shape. So we thought that if we put Neo extra within side of the prism, that it would disperse the forces away from the egg. And we also thought about it and said that it was going to be way too small and only the egg was going to fit in there and we were not going to be able to put any extra force. So we did the best thing. We mixed both ideas and we decided to do a big pyramid with a square bottom but also the triangular prism inside that will encase the egg. Neo Eggstrong will be safely secure so when it falls, nothing will happen to him. To do that, we first started looking at the crumbling zones. The crumbling zones are designed to absorb the amount of energy and the collision impact and disperse it around to where they need to go, away from the body. As you can see in the vehicle right here, the crumbling zones are the front and the back so that the passenger section is completely safe. That is the same thing that we did for our pyramid. Our crumbling zones are all the way over here, so the force never hits the egg. And as you can see right here, the egg is enclosing the triangular prism. And as I was telling you, that's our smiling egg. The safety of our cage, or the safety cage, it's our safety cage. It's these little trusses right here that are saving extra. And as well these ones right here that are going each and every way so we can just separate the forces away from you. Um, they're all designed, they're all strategically planned and all designed so it can go with Newton's third law of motion. That has for every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So every time we exert a force on one side, the other side had a counterbalance so we can go into zero. As you can tell, some of our sketches and prototyping began. It was a slow process. We did kind of had some ups and downs and different stories about the bottom and about the triangular prism and about all of them and about whether we just wanted to do eight different supports on the prism. We we pulled through at the end. Our prototype does not have an egg. We decided to test it without an egg. It's actually two ketchup containers with a bolt in the middle. That was the closest thing we can assimilate to the weight of an egg. For this purpose, we tested it, and although the bottom broke just because we didn't have underneath supports for the trusses, it was a great way of noticing where our weakest points were. At the end of it all, this is our final design. As you can tell right here, we ended up adding extra support to the leg so the bottom didn't break. Um, Now we do have an egg, Neil Eggstrong. As you can see right here, he is wearing his astronaut suit. These are some of the calculations that we did. Most importantly, our velocity calculation. We noticed the velocity from a 1 meter drop for our simple design was going to be about 4.4 meters per second. That means that was how fast it took Neil to descend from a 1 meter height to the ground. At the time of impact to the ground, he hit the ground approximately at zero point 0.5 newtons of force. As you can see right here, we can see him being dropped and test, and we can see that the bottom structure kind of shattered a little bit on one of the sides, but the egg was completely safe. Neil was safe. Nothing happened to Neil. Watch as it drops. Look at Neil right here. Nothing happened to him. They didn't even touch the ground. Our performance was actually better than we expected. As we said in a previous slide, we wanted to make sure that our design will last more than a 1 meter height. At the end of it all, we accomplished our goal. Our design at 2 meters still has safely, Neil still safe within the cage and nothing happened to him. Unfortunately, at 6.5 meters, we didn't have Neil Eggstrong anymore. And that's when he finally sat the ground. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed and I hope you guys learned something. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to drop it in the comments.